Hi, I'm Lady Charmaine, and I have another great guest for you today. My guest today is a Sacramento native, and we're just so proud of him because he is a film producer, screenwriter, and film director with several films and television shows under his belt, like BET's Night Tales, Chain Letter, Supremacy, and Meet the Blacks. And he is here today to talk about his new film, Traffic, starring Paula Patton and Omar Epps. And it's in theaters, y'all, right now. I want you to help me welcome to the Lady Charmaine Live Show, Sacramento's own Mr. Deon Taylor. Welcome, Deon. Now, I want to let everybody know Deon is actually driving, so he may be in a bad area, so we go try to hear him. Can you hear me, Deon?
Yeah, you can't hear me? I'm on here. What's
I
going
know.
on?
I can hear you now. Your phone was breaking up. I can hear you now. You all good.
I'm on the phone. I'm in LA. You know I have to get on the phone with you
Oh.
first. So I will apologize if my Metro PCS phone is messing
Oh,
up,
you're a mess.
but I'm here.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much. See, the last time you and I actually saw each other, I was down in LA and we were at the AFCA Awards, and you were actually promoting Traffic down there. So you did a really good job promoting it because you guys did very well. You were in the top 10
Yes.
last week when it came out. And so I have a couple questions for you. First, I want to say congratulations because I know it's being an independent director. I know it's a lot of work. So congratulations to you, Dion.
Thank you so much. Yeah, the movie landed in the top 10 spot, which is absolutely amazing. Anytime you put a movie out, from a studio or independently. So we're really blessed and just extremely excited about that. And I think it's a great film for us to rally around. Obviously, being Sacramento, folks. So we gotta definitely support this movie, being that it's shot in Sacramento, written in Sacramento, and directed out of Sacramento. So we gotta definitely put it up on our shoulders and scream.
So you actually shot the film here in Sacramento?
The movie shot there,
I
100%.
did not know that.
Between downtown Sacramento, there's a few scenes that were done in El Paso Heights. We actually shot at Sacramento News and Review. We shot, I can't think of the restaurant down there. We shot at a couple of night. We shot at, was it Avalon nightclub or one of those nightclubs? And the whole movie shot there in its entirety. And then we go up, we leave Sacramento on your way up to Tahoe, and we shot in El Dorado County on up towards Tahoe.
Well, so you weren't too far from my neck of the woods where you were shooting. You were only about 5 minutes from my house when you guys were shooting at Sacramento News and Review. So for those who may not know about the movie Traffic, tell us about the movie, who's starring in it, and what people can expect to see.
Yes, with pleasure. The movie stars Omar Epps and Paula Patton. It's an incredible love story where a couple is, on a weekend getaway. Paula Patton plays a journalist. Her name is Bria, and basically what happens is she's really, really into her work as a journalist. She's trying to, get a step ahead of the competition. Her boyfriend at the time is Omar Epps. His name is John. And basically, he's really fighting for her time. And he wants to take her away for the weekend. And what she doesn't know is that he wants to propose to her. And they make a stop at a gas station. And at the gas station, they both experience a bit of weirdness. They meet a couple of people that completely rub them the wrong way. And what they, go on to find out is that at this gas station, there's something sinister happening there, and they both just kind of dropped into a crazy, wild world, which they're going to soon discover was a sex trafficking ring.
Because I know Laz Alonso is also a part of it, and also Rosalind Sanchez. They're also in the movie as well. And so Rosalind Sanchez, I believe, and Laz Alonso, they play a couple as well. And I'm looking at a couple of pictures here, and I'm like, okay, like when they were doing a scene, it looked like they were outside on a balcony with like maybe a pool in the background. Where was that shot? Was that shot up in Lake Tahoe?
Yeah, that's shot near Lake Tahoe. And Rosalind and Laz are absolutely incredible. Laz plays Omar's best friend. His name is Darren. And Rosalind plays an incredible character. She's actually the girlfriend to Laz Alonso, and her name is Malia. And they have just a beautiful arc. I mean, the entire film, you know, is built on what I like to call flawed characters, characters that live in reality. They're not written where, you know, they're superheroes or any of those things. They're relatable. They're relatable. And, you know, as of now, you know, like I said, the movie's doing extremely well, and it's really hitting home with a lot of people that watch it, because I think what you're able to kind of gravitate to is the characters are a lot like regular people. So, you know, a John, you know a Paula, you know a Brea, you know who these people are when you watch them on screen. And there's a bunch of twists and turns, but one thing I've been telling people, you know, since we've been promoting the film is if you're a fan of like just the old school thrillers, if you like movies like The Vanishing or, you know, David Fincher's Seven, or if you liked Get Out, if you like The Quiet Place, this is a movie that you would be able to sit down, get some popcorn, and truly enjoy. You will never guess what's going to happen. It's a lot of twists and turns. It's a roller coaster ride, and it's just been a blessing for me to watch people watch the film, and you know, every little thing that we put in it for you to go for. People are really, you know, gravitating to it and having a good time and going for those jumps.
The trailer is really good too. I mean, when you see the trailer pulls you in for you to go and see the movie. So I could just imagine what the full length movie looks like, because the trailer already grabbed us. And then when you showed it at the AFCA Awards back in February, I think everybody in there were like, I'm going to see it. Because at my table, everybody was like, I'm going to see that. That's all you heard was the murmurings of everybody at the table saying, I'm going to go see that. Because it was that good. But
that was great.
Yes, it was a really nice event.
I was just saying it was great at the AFCA Awards. I'm gonna tell you, like that was a really good highlight for me, based on the fact that, you know, the AFCA Awards are, for people that are listening that don't understand, that's like the who's who of Hollywood and Black Hollywood, right?
Correct.
So that is your Ava DuVernay, that's your, you know, your Jordan Peele, that. I mean,
Will
that
Packer.
night was incredible. You know, Will Packer. It's like that's the tastemakers, right?
Correct.
And what was interesting about that night was when that trailer played, and everyone commented and rumbled and had things to say, and a few people clapped.
Yep.
That's when I said, "Oh, we got something special." I said, "We got something special," because that's not the typical crowd that goes to the movies.
Right.
So if you were able to make them clap and move, I said, oh, yeah, the regular, you know, consumer, the person that just likes to go see movies, they're going to really enjoy this one.
Yep, because like I said, at my table, everyone, I'm going to see that movie. And I had some tastemakers at my table, so that was a beautiful thing. So they were all saying they were going to go and see it. So I knew it was going to be a great movie. Now, as an independent director and filmmaker, what are some of the challenges that you have to face being an independent, trying to get a film out there, trying to push it, promote it, without having a huge studio behind you?
Well, man, it's so much. It's always a fight, you know. Obviously, you know, it's obviously trying to find your financing to get your movie made. But then after you've accomplished that goal, you know, then you're in the creative space. Like, what movie are you making, and why are you making that movie? With the understanding that, unlike a studio who gets to make, you know, 20 movies a year, here you have an opportunity. You might only get to make one. So that one movie that you're going to make, is it going to work? You know, is that the shot you wanted to take, based on the fact that, you know, once it comes out, if it works or if it doesn't work, you know, are you happy that you made that film? And that's a really big deal for an independent filmmaker, you know, when you really sit back and think about it. You know, so part of the creative process is making a really good movie that you like. You know, not looking at the marketplace saying, "Oh, everyone loved Get Out, I'm gonna make a movie just like that."
Right.
No, because what happens is by the time you make your movie and you finish your movie and your movie gets ready to come out, Get Out was 2 years ago. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you gotta, you know. So that's why I tell people all the time: no, make the movie you want to make. Make the movie that you're feeling, the one that that your energy is up on. So, once you do that, I think the process becomes easier based on the fact that you're passionate about it. So looking for distribution or trying to find someone to act in your movie or be a part of your movie becomes a much easier conversation if I'm pitching from my heart, So those things are, they come into play. And then obviously, once you've made your movie and you're out in the marketplace, for me, we've been doing this for a long time, and I've had sleepless nights. I've had nights where I wanted to quit. I've had nights where I have quit. I've had moments where I'm like, I'm done with this. I don't get it. I don't understand. And all those moments just make you a lot tougher and build you for, to find your place. But now we're in a different world where, it's funny, a person just sent me this Facebook article where they wrote an article about, Meet the Blacks opened number 4 in the country when we put it out independently a few years ago. TRAFFIK just opened number 9 in the country and is trending and tracking to do extremely well. Black critics love it. LA Times loves it. And these people just sent me this article on Facebook, like, how come Sacramento is not the people, but the critics and the politicians? How come they're not rallying around TRAFFIK the same way they did for what's this movie? Lady Bird.
Right.
And that's a different conversation. You know what I mean? That's a much different conversation. That's a world that, I'm beginning to enter, where you got to ask yourself, why is that? I don't know. All I do is make movies and, hope that I can find them a way to get them out and get them to people and they can understand my art and what I'm trying to build. But that's a whole nother conversation, a whole nother thing I have to deal with, which is, starting to look at things politically. Like, okay, you got the whole city of Sacramento supporting the film. You got the critics supporting the film. You got the movie making money. It's, local. We shot the movie there, and you wonder, like, okay, well, where is that energy at, right? Where is that energy that was put out around that film, which was a studio film, right?
Right.
And I don't know the answer to that, but that's why I tell people, just run your own race. I wrote this guy back and said, man, I don't know, and quite frankly, don't care, right? Because it's not about that. I never made a movie I didn't make a movie for Sacramento to be like, yeah, this is the one we got to support. I made a movie because I thought it was a great topic. I thought it was really dope, and I thought that Sacramento would embrace it, which they have. And outside of that, my dedication is to the people. You know what I mean? Not the political agenda. You know what I mean? Like, we make dope movies for our people, and and they come out, and that's what it's about. That's the win for us. And right now, we're actually winning with the film, and we're excited. And dude, I'm just telling you, man, like, I'm from two places because I'm from Chicago, but I obviously am also from Sacramento, and just seeing the energy and the love, man, from Sacramento, and being able to talk to you on the phone, it's incredible, man. It's why I do what I do. You know what I mean? It really is, man. To be able to make a really good movie and then see home, step up and represent it, and guess what, man? It's been multiple cases of this. A few weeks ago, we had the tragedy of Stephon Clark.
Correct.
And, I remember me and Matt getting on the phone and doing the whole thing with that. And then, Matt really took it to the next level. But, I mean, seeing Sacramento, if you've been there for a long time, you understand how quiet that city has always been. But then if you look now and see how active everyone, it's incredible. Seeing the response to that, I mean, all you could do is smile. You know what I mean? When there was that type of tragedy, but to see people take to the freeways, you know what I mean?
Right.
To see people politically get involved, to see Al Sharpton have to fly to set, like, I'm more proud than ever to be like, yo, this is where we from and what we represent, and I just think it's an amazing time, not only for, us as creatives, yourself, me, you know what I mean? but also for artists and for us as a people. I just think it's amazing to see our city beginning to have like an incredible energy and identity. And it's dope. And I'm happy to be one of the people to do that.
Well, I am so proud of you because a lot of people who may not know, you've been in this business for, for quite some time. And you have like shows like The Knight's Tale under, that was starring Flavor Flav. You also did Chain Letter. You also did Supremacy, also Meet the Blacks. And I have a question for you because you used to be a pro football player. And I was talking to Datari Turner, and he was talking about his transition from being a model and to being a filmmaker, and how when you make that transition in business, sometimes people don't take you seriously. Did you find that in your career when you decided to make that transition from football player to filmmaker that people probably didn't take you seriously?
Well, let me just make one correct. I played basketball.
Oh, there you go, basketball.
I might look like a football player now with these big old fat stomachs.
How about your shoulders? You got broad shoulders though.
With these shoulders, I might look like but yeah, I love Datari. I think he's an incredible director as well, and that's a remarkable story for him being a model to film. But yeah, it was the same exact thing. I think anytime you change a career path, or you have a awakening in life where you're like, man, maybe I should have been doing this, and you really pursue it. I think it always is met by challenges based on the fact that, if it was easy to make moves, right, everybody would be making moves, right? But they're not. I think we find ourselves, living in a world where everything is comfortable, and we don't want to disrupt our comfort level. For me, it was an interesting time for me because I was playing basketball. I had dedicated my life to the sport. The sport had given me everything that I possibly could have. I mean, from bringing me from Gary, Indiana to Sacramento, to giving me a full ride scholarship, to taking me all over the world with tournaments. And, it's a beautiful thing, especially for a kid that doesn't have anything. You know what I mean? So basketball was the first time I was able to fly on an airplane when I was, young, and get free shoes and free uniforms. And and then I got to a place where I was like, man, like, I just could see the writing on the wall. I was like, man, you're going to end up either playing overseas for, forever, and trying your hand at the NBA over and over again. And there was something that was calling me that was much deeper. I had a crazy idea. I was like, man, I got an idea for a script. I was a movie fan, and I had no idea, no one that was in the industry, nothing, no knowledge of this whole world. And I just took a leap of faith. And I remember the off season came, and I went to Hollywood, and I started asking people, you know what I mean? Like, now that I look back on it, I'm like, man, dude, you was crazy as hell, man. You can't do that, right? But sometimes, sometimes you have to be crazy. You know what I mean? And you have to take chances, and, you have to just know in your heart of hearts, like, man, I'm really trying to do this. And if you fail, then at least you gave it everything you had. You know what I mean? And for me, I failed over and over and over again. I tried to learn the industry over and over again. And finally, after being told no so many times and laughed at and pushed out of rooms, and I finally was just like, man, I guess the only way to make a movie is you got to make your own.
Right.
And that's how it all started. I made my own movie. And that was the first step for me, right, in being in this business. And then people were like, well, he's not playing no more. He made a movie. And then it was like, okay, well, is the movie good? And, and so you kind of start that journey that way. And, here we are now as a, independent production company, Black owned and 100% independently. And here we are, we have released, in the last 2 years, 2 films that have opened in the top 10, and we're getting ready to do 3 more releases in the next year. So, yeah, it's a journey, but it's also a journey that if you stay focused and you stay, true to yourself and understand God's going to give it to you when you're supposed to have it. Amen. You just got to stay the course.
Amen.
A lot of people think you can just jump out here and make it happen. Like, you're not going to get it like that. You got to stay the course, do the work, make sure your integrity is intact, make sure your energy is intact, Make sure you are staying in the light. And what happens is, man, as you'll see naturally as you progress, God will give you each little thing that you're supposed to have to keep you going. And then ultimately, when you're ready to have that thing or that success or that moment, He'll light it up for you to have it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And I believe that because I've been down that road, man. Like I've done it all from being homeless, you know, being, you know, trying to figure it out, upside down in business, you know, ain't nothing working. We did it all. You know what I mean? To where you say, man, then as you start working and you start doing it and you start being like, man, I'm just run my own race and worry about what I'm doing.
That's it.
If someone is doing great, I'm going to celebrate that person, right? That's a really hard thing for us as blacks to do. You know what I mean? It is, you know, people be like, damn, Deon, you really support. I said, man, I support everybody because I know how hard it is to get there.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'm past the times, and I promoted a lot on my Instagram, man. I try to tell people, uplift everybody, man, support everybody. You don't never know what somebody, that little person or that big person, could do for you later.
Right.
You know what I mean? But if your energy is right and you're supportive, if you win, I'm eventually win, right? Like Jordan Peele making Get Out, right, increased my chances as a black filmmaker by 100% in this year. Right? Because he did something that I love. He made a horror movie. He's black writer, black director, right? And then you see people sitting like, yeah, I had that movie idea 10 years ago. Like, what are you talking about, man? You better get out here. You better get out here. I mean, I was out here rallying and screaming Jordan Peele's name and posting on my, because you want him to win. Right? I want Spike Lee to win. I want Josh Singleton to win. I want Ryan Coogler to win. I want Datari to win. You got to want everybody to win. And then you want, right? Because once you support them, if they get open the door even bigger, then it allows us to get in. And that's the thing, is something that a lot of people don't understand. You know what I mean? When I talk to like certain people in certain crowds, I'm like, no, man, you want these guys to win, because if they're winning championships, then that means that you're going to have an easier path to the game, so you can play.
Right. That was a nugget right there. And you know, my next question for you was going to be like, what advice would you give an independent filmmaker? But I think you summed it all up. I mean, you know, what it takes to go through, you just got to be willing to stay the course. Even if you're an independent filmmaker, there's going to be nights you're going to be crying, you're going to want to quit. And like you said, and you will quit, but it's just something that's going to draw you back to whatever that calling is that's in your life in order for you to stay the course. And then along the way, you celebrate people. You celebrate somebody else's wins. And so Jordan Peele's winning, you know, and then you have Ryan Coogler winning. And I love the fact that you got the Datari, he's winning. And I love the fact that Ryan and also Datari are both from my city, Richmond, which is a blessing, where I'm from. And then you're from Sacramento and you're winning. And as long as we continue to, you know, support one another in that, so we all can win, because it's going to be a blessing for all of us. And I was streaming Bishop T.D. Jakes it was one Sunday, excuse me. And he was talking about with the success of the Black Panther, he had a couple of films that he wanted to produce. And with the success of Black Panther, the movie studios went and called him for him now to do his movies because of the success of one win, that major win of Black Panther. Look what it did for him. And so I like when you said, we all win. If somebody wins, we're all going to win. And so thank you for sharing that.
That's right. That's right, man. And you know, just...
I was going to say, what else can we expect to see from you in 2018? What else are you working on?
Oh, so the next project we're really excited about is we have a movie called Motivated Seller, or it might be called The Intruder. I'm waiting to see if we're going to rename it. But it's Michael Ealy, Megan Good, and Dennis Quaid. It's a psychological thriller that we're really, really, I mean, I'm beyond excited about this one, man. David Lowery wrote it, who wrote Obsessed, who wrote Lakeview Terrace.
Okay.
Who's one of the writers, wrote Passenger 57. This is a go to the movies and lose your mind movie. So I'm excited about that. And then obviously we just finished Meet the Blacks 2 with Mike Epps, Cat Williams, Rick Ross, Danny Trejo, Little Duval, Michael Blackson, Ha Ha Davis, King I mean, this one is if you like the first one, this one you will absolutely love this. It's a much bigger scaled movie, way funnier, and we're excited about it based on the fact that for me, it's the first time you will be able to see Mike Epps and Kat starring in a movie, opposite each other. So it's really, really funny, and we're getting geared up for that for Labor Day. So yeah, and then obviously I'm starting production again right now in LA on a noir thriller, something a dark thriller.
Well, I see you like those thrillers. And I was going to say, when you mentioned Michael Ealy, he plays those roles so well. So when you mentioned him, I'm like, okay, I
He's
know this
great.
is going to be good. And also Megan Good, she's great. She's in Tatari's film, and I'm so happy to see her just moving and doing her thing. And I'm so proud of her as well. And Deon, I just want to say thank you so much, and thank you so much for bringing movies to Sacramento. And we're definitely going to get the word out so people can know to go and support this film. This is one of Sacramento's own, because I know for Lady Bird they had billboards everywhere. You've seen the big old billboards when you're driving downtown, and we need one of those for you as well, so people can know you are right here, and how you're supporting our city. You're bringing talent to our city, shooting your movies here, and we definitely need to support you as well.
Man, thank you so much for that. And like I said, I think this is all the support I need. I got you, and I got the city, and we ride, and that's all we need, man. We gonna keep doing it. We gonna keep shocking them. We gonna keep building other ways. So another young black female male writer director can find their way out of Sacramento as well. And like I said, as long as we keep shining the light, and so people could actually see where to walk and where to step, then we're doing our job, man. This is a big time for everybody in terms of, being able to move into the entertainment business. For so long, Hollywood was making one black movie a year, and now you're in a situation where not only is it an abundance of black directors, black writers, black producers being able to work, but now you also have the TV landscape that's opening for other actors and so on and so forth. So, yeah, we're going to keep doing it, man, and keep opening the doors for everybody so we can all get in there and party.
I want to be a part of that party too. I want to be an invited guest. Well, Deon, it was definitely a
Yeah.
pleasure having you on the show, and I'm so happy for you. And I look forward to seeing all the other films. I'm definitely going to get out and go see Traffic myself, because I know it's good. So I'm going to take my family with me so we can all go and see it. I just looked it up. It's playing at the
Please.
theater right down the street from my house. So we're going to support it, and then I'll just shoot you an
Yes,
email to let
please
you know
do.
what I thought.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You are
Appreciate
so. I appreciate you too, Deon. You have a blessed day. Okay.
All right. Bye.
Bye bye. And I want to remind everyone that Traffic is in theaters right now. Definitely go and check your local movie theater. If you live anywhere around Sacramento, it's playing right here at the Regal Theater, right here in Natoma. So I want to make sure that everyone goes down there, support this film, make sure this film continues to stay in the top 10 or even move to number 1. As you see, he's one of Sacramento's own. So thank all of you guys that are listening. And also, if you are going on a vacation, I want to make sure that all of you guys go and book your travel vacation at upandawaytravelservices.com. And if you would like to start your own travel business, you say, you know what, I love to travel and I'm looking for a discount on my travel, and I would like to start a business just to get some home write-offs, all you have to do is contact Miss Sherry Brockman at 916-826-6606 and book your travel today. And don't forget to tune in tonight for Hot Topics at 7 p.m. on Facebook Live. We want to make sure that you join our Hot Topics group as well. Go to Hot Topics Real Talk No Chaser and follow me right there on all of my social media handles. And again, thank you to my guest today, Mr. Deon Taylor. Make sure you go ahead and support his movie Traffic. Make sure you go fill the theaters this weekend. I'm Lady Charmaine. I see you tonight. Bye-bye.